everyone, my name is Ava Diaz and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about communication and why can't anyone communicate anymore. I have a few theories. I have a few theories, and I also have ways that you can also improve your communication. It's taken me a long time to improve my communication too, so maybe we're on the same boat. I do want a full disclaimer. This is my personal opinion and my opinion. So if you agree with it, cool. If you don't, oh well, I don't know. Thanks for watching the video. I am putting this commentary on top of some gameplay footage from my latest stream. I don't know why it took me like 40 plus minutes to get through this level. It was horrible. Guys, if you want to see more commentary live, I do live stream on this channel Monday and Friday, and sometimes on Saturday as well. Right now I'm going through all of the Batman games, and yeah, let's get right into this. Has anybody else noticed that people just can't communicate anymore? Everyone's just always talking at each other. It's just talking at each other, and there's no real conversation. There's no conversation flow. And I definitely want to contribute this or attribute this to just short form content. You know, I have noticed that, like, when I go on TikTok, it's just people talking at me. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'll scroll to the next one. And I think we're like slowly conditioning our brains to just be okay with being talked to. Not like a conversation, you know? Sometimes I'll go to the comments and try to conversate with someone, but it never works out. Half of those comments are usually rage bait. Even my last video, like half the comments were like rage bait, you know. And don't fall for the rage bait, guys. Don't give those people attention. If anything, just report them. Just mass report them. I think it's kind of funnier to do that. And I just been noticing just more and more, just people just cannot communicate. In my last video, I talked about putting myself out there and getting myself away from the phone and just also doomer content, just consuming a certain type of content. Also, I don't know how well I'm going to edit this. I do kind of like stutter sometimes, so you guys are just going to have to deal with it. Yeah. Anyways, so recently I was at like this Chipotle style like restaurant where the slop bowls type places, right? That's fine. I just want my veggies and like my beans. I just need to get in and out, right? And we do the fajitas, we do like the beans, rice, and everything like that. Also, he didn't really know what tofu was, which I thought was kind of interesting, but you know, first time alive as well. So we're going through it, and you know how they hand it off to like the next person where they do like all the veggies and stuff like that. And I'm looking at all the veggies and I'm like, oh, can I get some pico? And I'm like pointing at the pico. This dude picks up a completely different option and puts it on my bowl. And I was like, oh, what is that? And he just looks up and stares at me. And I can't tell if he was just doing that because he realized he did something wrong. And he just stared at me. And I was like, oh, hey, like, what did you just put on my bowl? And he just stared at me. And I just stared back. And I was like, okay. And then I proceed to ask for a third time. I'm like, hey, I just noticed. So I changed my question because maybe he wasn't understanding the question. I changed my question. I'm like, hey, I just noticed you put that green stuff onto my bowl. What is that? Is that cucumber? And then he's like, I'm going to go get my manager. And I was like, okay. I just wanted to know what you put on my bowl, dude. Like, I'm like, okay. And the manager comes by and he was just like, what's the problem? I was like, I was just asking him what that was. The manager just kind of stares at me and then looks at the dude and then just kind of like proceeds to just kind of like stare at me. I'm like, okay, so why can't someone in this whole establishment answer my question? Like, was it cucumber? And there was like no indication of like, you know how like some places they put like the like kava, you know, they have all the ingredients listed out on like the little display, right? They didn't have that here. So I was just wondering if it was like zucchini. It was like finely chopped. So I couldn't tell if it was like cucumber or zucchini. I couldn't tell. It was a green, right? And I had asked for pico. And then he just stares at me. He's like, did you not want that? And I was like, I don't know what it is. He's like, I can pick it off for you. I was like, sure, pick it off for me then. I don't understand this solution. I was just asking a simple question, and for some reason, nobody can answer whatever this is that you just put on my bowl, which is kind of crazy. Imagine if I had like an allergy to this or something. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't be going to a place like this if you had an allergy. But it's just like, after that whole interaction, I really just sat in my car, and then I was just like, wow. Why can't people communicate? Why was that such a hard interaction for everyone in that place? And I didn't even go, there was only one other person with me while I was getting my bowl. Like, it wasn't like a busy time. If it was a busy time, like, there's some times where like we're at Chipotle and it's busy. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. They just threw on whatever they thought they heard. Whatever. And like that line's out the door. Like, my bad for coming during lunch rush. Like, my bad. And it's just like, why was that such a hard interaction? And it just kind of just made me think of like just communication and like kind of just the NPCs around you as well. And mind you, I do have kind of a stronger voice, so it wasn't like they couldn't hear me, nor was it really loud in there either. I would like to add that as well. And, you know, at the end of the day, communication is a muscle that you have to practice. And we're not doing much practicing these days. A lot of people are just addicted to their phone. They're addicted to doom scrolling. They're addicted to just watching things and being talked at to, basically. And it kind of just breaks my heart because I did go to a book club not too long ago, and basically that was like just the whole book club. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. This is not the classic literature club that I was talking about, but it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know, guys, it's going to take a lot of book clubs to find your book club. And just like the whole time we were just talking at each other. And it wasn't like a flowing conversation. And I had asked a bunch of questions. I'm a very inquisitive person. And I was going to jump right into that as well. Curiosity is like a forgotten like method of like conversating for some reason. Just a lot of people just don't have curiosity. You know, a lot of like within the book club as well, not a lot of people had curiosity towards the book. But yet there was a bunch of people. There was at least 15 people there. You know, and we broke up into little groups too, and you can like move between the groups and everything like that. And it's just like everyone's like, yeah, I like the character. I like when he did this. And it's just like, okay, yeah, you know, let's break that down. Why do you think he's the villain here? Like, do you really think that he is the villain? They're like, And it's like, oh, do we not read the same book? And I always like to approach most things with curiosity. Engage your curiosity, everyone. Please engage your curiosity, even if it's one thing every day. Like, it doesn't hurt to just engage in someone's curiosity, right? If someone's telling you something and you want to be in the conversation, there are some times where you're like at the store and someone's trying to like strike up a conversation. You're like, bro, I'm so sorry, but I gotta go, dude. Yeah, just engage your curiosity. Figure out why this matters to this person and take part of it, you know? I always just find myself learning and knowing more about someone's psychic and why they care about things, what matters to them, right? Does it align with me? Is this someone I can continue having conversations with? Because sometimes I'll engage in curiosity. I'm like, wow, like this is your favorite thing and you haven't even critically thought about it or something. It's just like, oh my gosh. And you know, a really good go-to, and I've noticed this so much with people. I've noticed this so much, even with trying to just make small talk. And I know small talk is the worst. I was homeschooled. I missed some like really critical like social foundations, right? I didn't really have many like friends until going to college. You know, this was something I had to actively work on. It's definitely something you have to work on if you want to get better at it. And I definitely suggest people should get better at it because, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going insane. I feel like I'm genuinely just going insane. One of my favorite methods is just the and you. Like, what about you? What do you think about this? Yeah, it's that simple, guys. But nobody uses it for some reason. I shouldn't say nobody, but like, I've met a handful, more people than less, not say it. You know, I don't know how many times I'm like, oh, you know, how are you? Good. Okay. Well, what'd you do today? Nothing. I'm here with you now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. How hard is it to be like, oh, and you? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm also here with you. I don't know, like, now we've said more lines than what the NPC dialogue was supposed to be. And there's always time to change and work on yourself. And I do want to credit people who do have communication. Maybe you do resonate with the things that I'm saying. And, I do want to acknowledge that having communication these days, any style of communication, there's so many different styles of communication. That's why people go to school post grad to even just study communication, to get people to communicate, And I do want to acknowledge how lonely and suffocating it is, and how maddening it is to just have even just an ounce of awareness and critical thinking and conversation skills. Genuinely. Because I don't know how many times where it's just when I was trying to exercise how to make conversation and communication, it's a lot of rejection. You have to be okay with rejection, right? And it's just oh my gosh. I mean, I've been a victim of talking to people, and then I just finally realized, I was just oh my God, this is not productive. Why am I just talking at someone and they haven't even said anything for minutes? Even I don't know. Yeah. 30 plus minutes, and I'm just in their ear. Props to them for having the patience to listen to me. I applaud them, but sometimes it's just then we just sit in silence, and it's just no comment. Said a lot of things. Not one of them resonated with you. Not one thing. I remember I was having a very serious conversation with someone important in my life, and it was about life things, and after I had said a little bit of my things, and, I was just oh, what do you think about this? Anything that resonates with you? And they're no. And it's oh, okay. Well, what are your life goals then? I was talking about my life goals. And they're no, I think you're on the right path. And it's okay, that's nice. Nothing to contribute, literally nothing. No comments. They're I did make a comment. Did you not hear it? And it's I'm going insane here. I'm going insane. I just have to remind myself it's everyone's first time on Earth, I guess. Unless you believe in reincarnation. I don't know. If we were reincarnated, I would have hoped we had better communication by now. But yeah, hopefully some of my suggestions do help you communicate. Try to put yourself out there. I know it is suffocating. It's very lonely. People just can't communicate. They don't make plans. People don't reach out anymore. And I know it's really hard to break the cycle, especially if you're the one always reaching out. And, just make it apparent to them. If that's someone you care about, be hey, dude, why do I have to always reach out and make plans? Stop with this whole oh, well, I'm just gonna dump them. I'm just gonna leave them. I'm gonna cut them off, and then have them wondering, where it's just okay, you're no better with the communication. You're no better. Have some communication skills. Be hey, can I talk to you for a second? I'm the one always making plans. Why can't you plan something? Something. Maybe less aggressive, but you know what I mean. But anyways, I really hope this resonates with someone. I really hope people out there do find someone that matches their communication style, or even take an interest in what someone has to say. Try to get out there. And if you're struggling with trying to communicate to people, it is hard. It is hard. Just try to get yourself out there, join some clubs. If you guys want to know more about hosting a club, or reaching out to places to host a club, or trying to get a group of people together, I'm your girly. I can definitely help with that. If you want to know more about that, comment down below. If you do like this video, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of video game content, commentary. I do stream on this channel. We do a lot of mystery, horror, puzzle box games. We're making sure everyone's exercising their critical thinking on this channel. And we all have posture checks and the streams as well. So no shrimps. Y'all are sitting up straight. And if you are slouching right now, sit up straight right now. We're building healthy habits on this channel, okay? So comment down below your experience on how you improved your communication, and perhaps maybe made an impact on someone else's life too.